Hi, my name is Angelina, and I'm here to talk about whether pit bulls pose a threat to our community or not. Pit bull type dogs have the strongest bite and a locking jaw. Pit bull type dogs are more dangerous than other dogs, according to statistics and media reports. Aggression towards other animals means people are next. If a pit bull wasn't trained to fight, then he is safe around other animals. According to the American Pit Bull Foundation and pitbullinfo.org, these are all misconceptions of pit bulls. In fact, pit bulls and all dogs alike do not have a locking jaw, and some breeds have a stronger jaw than the other. However, it's very hard to tell whose is stronger than whose. As far as aggression towards other animal goes, there are a lot of factors that play into it. Not only do these factors apply to pit bulls, but they apply to all dog breeds. Hi, my name is Angelina, and I have worked at an animal hospital for the past 3 years as a veterinarian assistant. I have restrained animals and also performed services of all types on all dog breeds. I am here to tell you that pit bulls are the least of our worries and don't pose a threat to our community. If we screen potential owners and take the right precautions when owning a pit bull, then we can stop the threat that everyone knows. First, I will explain why people are so afraid of pit bulls. Next, I will describe the causes of these problems, and finally, I will provide some solutions to prevent pit bulls from becoming a threat. We hear about pit bulls a lot and how they are aggressive by nature. In fact, pit bulls were bred in the UK as a cross between an Old English bulldog and a terrier in order to make a smaller, more agile dog. They were bred to supply entertainment to the lower class. This entertainment was known as dogfighting, and that is how it started. Today, a lot of people are afraid of pit bulls for several reasons. The first reason they are afraid is because pit bulls are known for attacking animals and other people. Because of how they are bred, people tend to say they have a killer instinct, and this is why they attack. However, pit bulls are not the only breed who attack both humans and animals. In my personal opinion and my personal experience, I would say that the top 3 dog breeds who have tried to attack me or bite me while I was on the clock are Chihuahuas, Black Labradors, and Shepherd mixes. That is not to say that those breeds are bad dogs. The second reason people are afraid of pit bulls is because of the stereotype that drug dealers and gang members own pit bulls. However, they do own pit bulls, but they also own German Shepherds, Cane Corsos, Rottweilers, and the list goes on. They choose breeds like this because they can detect danger and protect their owner and their pack. However, it is true that drug dealers and gang members use tactics to make their dogs more aggressive and to bring out the worst side of them in order to help protect them. Pit bulls often show sign of aggression towards animal and people for many reasons. The first and biggest reason is because people will not neuter them because it makes them more masculine. When dogs are not neutered, they become far more likely to have aggressive behaviors and have behavioral issues. Not to say that all bully breeders are drug dealers, however, someone who I went to high school with is both of those things. You can make a lot of money from breeding pit bulls or a bully breed, and if they aren't neutered, then it makes them more aggressive, which means they're more likely to protect your money and to protect your drugs. Another reason pit bulls are so aggressive is because people do not properly socialize them to other animals and humans. It is particularly important to start socializing your animals at a young age, and especially those animals who are pre-exposed to pre-exposed aggressive tendencies, like pit bulls. Pit bulls are very protected by nature, and if they aren't properly socialized, this is how you can run into problems with them attacking other people and other animals, because this is their way of protecting their pack. Lastly, another way pit bulls become aggressive is by abuse. For example, there was this pit bull who came into our clinic to get neutered. He was 4 years old and had just gotten adopted. His previous owners got their rights relinquished because during a wellness check, they had found him locked in a kennel. He peed in the kennel, he pooped in the kennel, he ate in the kennel, and he slept in the kennel. He spent his whole life stuck in that kennel. At first, when he came in, he was very friendly and let us pet him. My coworker leaned down to pet him, and when she went to get back up, she became a threat to him, and he lunged at her. He bit her right in the jugular. She ended up going to the hospital, and he ended up getting euthanized. The owners didn't want to do the 10-day quarantine, which is routine to check to make sure the dog doesn't have rabies, and they didn't want to do that. So instead, they euthanized. No shelter would take him. Now, if this pit bull was not previously locked away for the first 4 years of his life, he had gotten neutered and he was properly socialized to other animals and people, then this situation would have gone completely different. My coworker wouldn't have ended up in the hospital, and he would have not ended up getting euthanized. But because of the abuse, he did not know how to act, and he didn't know who to trust. Ways that we can prevent pit bulls from becoming a risk to the community are quite simple. First and foremost, neuter them. This will help prevent them from being aggressive and can also calm them down a lot, just like any other dog. Next, socialize your animals, please. Bring them around women, children, men, like you name it, bring them around. Bring them around other animals while they're young. I would say most pit bulls who come into our clinic are afraid of men, so socialize them around men. Next, do not beat your animals, especially your pit bulls who are aggressive by nature. Another reason pit bulls and all dogs in this matter are afraid of men is because those are the owners who are commonly beating them. To play off this last idea, we should be doing background checks, home visits, and introductions to the whole family and any other dogs that are in the house. Most rescues will do this, however, a lot of breeders don't, and I think breeders should be required to do this in order to make sure that the dog is a good fit for the family. If we can prevent drug dealers and gang members getting a hold of these dogs, we can really take the threat off the name of this breed. As a reminder, pit bulls are not a threat to our community, rather we are the threat. If we do not do things like neuter, socialize, or screen potential owners in order to try and hinder abuse, then we are setting this breed up for failure. Aggression towards other animals means people are next is a myth, and so is if a pit bull was never trained to fight, it will be safe with other dogs, because we must take the precautions to help these dogs